All right, good morning. Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you're here. My name's Jim, and we're going to jump into the charts today. Um, I'm a local pastor here where I am, and I've got I'm going to meet with my people. But I wanted to get a video out while I can. There's a lot of exciting action happening in LTC, and I just wanted to share it with you in a quick video. Just give you a quick update and give you some targets as well. So I'm glad you stopped by. Hey, yeah, I think I picked up like 10 subscribers yesterday or something like that. So if you're one of my subscribers, man, I really, I'm really glad you stopped by for the videos. It just makes me feel good that I'm putting in a lot of work here, and there are actually people benefiting from it. That just gives me some satisfaction. So thanks. Yesterday's video, I think, was my number one video. It's not got the most views, but it's got the most watch time. People are watching the videos a little longer now, so I'll try to keep them concise most of the time. But one of the things I try to offer on my channel is teaching. I want to teach you how to understand charts. I don't want to just tell you every day and make you dependent upon me. I want you to be able to learn what I know and not necessarily need me in the future, and just be able to look at a chart and kind of know what's going on. So that's what you're going to get here. You're going to get daily calls. You're going to get daily Elliott wave projections, and I'll give you targets as well, and I'll give you scenarios about what the waves could be doing on a daily basis, as well as a macro basis. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, we want you to learn what we know so you can be a successful trader as well. I teach a lot of principles in trading and how to trade and market psychology and just so many different things. And so I'm glad you stopped by the channel. So if this is your first visit, I hope you're in for a treat. We're looking at the LTC chart today and the BTC chart. And if there's any other chart that you're interested in seeing, just let me know in the comment section. I'll make sure I get that sometime within in the near future. But that being said, let's jump in. Let me make sure. All right, there we go. I had this weird feeling I wasn't recording. All right, don't forget I'm not a financial advisor. This is not intended to be financial advice. Okay, we are looking for. We're looking at LTC. My computer is lagging just a little bit, so hopefully we can. Not sure why. Oh, you know what? My son has Minecraft open. You got you got any children? Let me see if I can close that. See if it helps things along. Ah, so much better. There we go. All right. Let's see here. We're looking at LTC on the. Let's look at the 4 hour for now. And my macro count up to this point has been a WXY, and it's been so a WXY is basically a double correction. So this would be basically an ABC followed by an X wave, then you got another ABC. You can see that in previous videos. I'm not going to do a lot of updating there. What we're looking for now in the C wave is 5 waves to the downside. Okay. Now I've got this nice juicy target down here at $90, $89 really is a potential. So we've got now what I did is I pulled the fibs from this high here, but we could pull them from right here. That puts us right around the $90 mark. Um, let's see, is that no? Wait a minute, let me check that. Yeah, 90. Yeah, 92. We've already hit that 1 to 1 that 1276 target. That is, we have a potential bounce here, but I think that's why we've been getting the stoppage here at the 91, $92 because of the 1276 target here. Depending on how you draw the fibs and what other traders are looking at, we could have a target here about $89 or so. But I would say right now we are primed for a bounce. Looking at the Elliott wave, let's just take a peek here. In A have 5 waves. There's complete. B has 3 waves. That's complete. Now we're looking for 5 waves in the C. And so that's always the big question: is that 5 waves complete? So let's zoom in. Let's look at this wave and see if it's complete. We need to be able to count 5 waves. So we're going to go. Here's the first wave. There's 2. Now, where's the 3 wave? And it's really hard to find the 3 wave sometimes, but there it is right there. 3. There's 4. And then we're coming down for the 5th wave. So is that complete? That's the question. So what we want to do here is throw our fibs just on this particular wave right here, and just do a little measuring of that wave and see what we got going on. Measuring that wave. Yeah, we came down to the 2618 for the 3 wave, coming up for the 4. Now we're going to extend to the 5th here. Extend to the 5th right there. and we've got a target of 91 to 87.90. So we're close to the bottom. Don't miss your buy entry here. We're going to have a substantial bounce from there. Pretty certain. At least it'll be substantial. I do have an alternate count which I want to go over with you tomorrow, but I believe we're going to have a bounce nonetheless. It'll be a decent little trade that'll last a couple of days, that we can enter into. But that being said, I'm looking at a target from anywhere from about $87 to about $92. We're already at the $92 range. It's not a bad buy time right now. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just telling you how I think about whether we're in a good buy or not. Um, it really depends on what BTC does, and BTC's chart is a little different. But before we do that, let's look and see if this 5 waves is complete right in here. So let's zoom in, see if we can do an Elliott wave count of this last wave, this 5th wave here. So this is really tricky for me because of the way it's formed. There's no clear one delineation like a 1 wave. There's no clear 1 wave. So where's the one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe right here. This is the 1 wave followed by the 2. If that's the case, let's measure the fibs with that. 1, 2. Yep, this is our 3rd wave basically, guys. This 1618. This will be the kind of the 3rd wave. We probably have a little bit of a push up and then one more push down to the downside. I don't know whether it's worth betting on that or not, but you can see all the wicks here is all the rejection from buyers. There is going to be a small bounce here. It'll only be $3 to $4 if any, and then we should experience another push to the downside. Not a bad buy. If it hits another low, it's not a horrible buy here to scalp that for several dollars, but you may miss the bottom. But listen, let me talk to you about trying to nail the bottom. Sometimes you spend so much time trying to nail a bottom that you end up missing a trade. I've done that so many times I can't tell you. So sometimes you just pick a region, you say, okay, when it hits $90, I'm buying, whether it goes down a little bit more or not, and then you buy, and then you wait for it, and then it may go down a little bit more, but it'll come back and it'll rebound for you, and you have a nice trade, and you'll have a better entry than you would have had if you had waited. So let me encourage you to just be thinking we are in a good buy zone. Whether this is the finished three wave, it's really hard to say, obviously, as it's being made. But I've got an ultimate target at about $87. So keep that in mind as you think about your trades. But we should have a decent little bounce. What kind of bounce can we expect? Well, let's take a peek and see what kind of bounce we think we might get here. It all depends on what this wave is and what BCC does. Those are the 2 variables of what we're looking at here. Come on, there we go. Sorry. It just all depends on what BTC does. Now, let me get rid of some of these fibs here just to clean up the chart a little bit. It is a possibility that I've been entertaining that this was actually a 1 wave followed by a 2 wave. And we're now currently in the 3 wave of a down move. And that would be heavy, 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 heavy bull. And that means, that means we'll see lower numbers in the 70s potentially. Now, looking at, so that's another potential count I want you to be aware of. But know this, that we just hit this trend line and we've gone through it. And so we've broken that trend line. Chances are we're going to come here, find support in this region right here, and we're going to have a bounce, most likely. So please, please, please keep that in mind as well. This is good structure here. We're going to have probably some decent bouncing in this area. But the way price action is looking, I wouldn't be in too much of a hurry to buy right now, though it's looking like a good buy zone for a small bounce. I don't think it's going to be our ultimate bounce to the upside. I think it's going to be a smaller bounce, and I'm kind of seeing more downside, even though the fibs aren't really my fibs aren't really supporting that. But it's just looking like it needs to go down more. So what does that mean? It means either I'm pulling the fibs from the wrong place, and that my count is off slightly, that this could indeed be the 1-2. So if that's the case, this would be the 1, This would be a 2. Okay, we're looking at coming down to finish this 3 wave at $75. And that also brings us down to the structure region right here as well. So yeah, that would finish a 3 wave. And so what that would look like basically if I got rid of the WXY, I don't think this is the case, guys. I really don't, but we've got to entertain it. We've got to be ready for that as a possibility. So we're gonna, as traders, we don't know what's gonna happen. We just entertain the idea. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. I lost my fibs here. Let me put the fibs back on it. 1, 2. Come down here. We'd come back up to that region, probably to where that trend line is, and down. So we have a good chance of coming down even further. That is supported by BTC, which looks like it needs to go down. We have just, you can see this trend. This is BTC now. I'm on the 3-hour chart. You can see this trend line that I drew. We have broken through it, so that support is kind of gone. I'm going to leave it there, but it's just know that it's gone. Now I want you to look now at the shape of this wave. Okay, how many little bumps we had down coming straight down. So look here. You can see how many we kind of just, if it's going to continue making the same kind of shape, you can see how many bumps we need to have. So we're going to have some we're going to have some experience. We're going to experience some turbulence here while we come down to this trend line here right around the $9,600 mark. We're going to probably see a bounce here at the $9,600 mark. But my guess, if I had to guess, is that we're probably coming down to, well, I've been calling this for weeks now. We're coming down to $9,000 and even potentially $7,800. So that would kind of correlate with, if BTC continues coming down to 96. So if BTC comes down to 96, you should see a bit of a bounce there. We should see 5 waves here basically, and so that's what we're looking for. So let's do the fibs on this guy. If we got 1, 2, the 3 wave is down here at 82. So this guy might even, man, dang on, that's deep, deep. That 1 wave is really really hard to see there. Yeah, that's awful deep. I don't know. I don't know about that, guys. I don't know. That doesn't feel right to me. I don't know, but it could, but I don't. It doesn't. It just doesn't feel right to me. I'm wondering. I'm wondering if this is a 4 wave, and I called this yesterday. This is a 4 wave, and we're putting in the 5th wave here of the 4. I mean, of this first wave. That this all is just an A wave, and we're going to be followed by a B wave and a C. The only problem is I just don't have any clear 1, 2, 3, but I'm assuming it's in here somewhere. You know what I mean? I go by shape again, more than technical wave counting. We just did hit the 618 here. That is the ending of a 5th wave. That's what I was thinking yesterday. I'm still kind of thinking that's a possibility that we actually we got an ABC. We got an ABC. Now we're going to get an ABC as well. So that would mean this would be the A wave, going to be B, and then C. And if that's the case, we'd be looking at something like this, and that's putting us right down here in this $9,000 region. There's a lot of correlation there. I'm looking at that as the best looking thing that I'm seeing as I'm just looking at scenarios. That's the best looking scenario right there for BTC. That would correlate here right now, right here with a bounce from BTC, excuse me, LTC right now. So if we got a bounce from LTC right now, that would correlate as well. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. We're looking at a decent buy zone now, I believe. I think we're going to get a bounce. It is a little bit of a slow trudge. I'm kind of eyeballing $90 to $89 as my entry point, but man, I don't want to miss this trade, so I may trade it more conservatively. We're gonna just have to see. Let's take one more minute. Let's go back in this wave right here and see if we can make some sense of it in the 5-minute chart. This very last wave here. See if I can do any justice for you. Come up with anything more. Yeah. Let's go to the 10-minute because I need to get it on the screen better. Yeah, 2, 3, 4. I think this is a one wave followed by a two, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're finishing the fifth wave right now of the third. So that's probably what we're seeing right now. We're finishing up the third wave. We're going to have a bit of a bounce, and then we're going to be coming down for more. So what would that bounce look like? Well, depends on where we finish the third. But that bounce, if we just measured this, looking for a bounce up to about $96 to $97.79, about $98. You see this structure right here, that would stop it. Most likely we'd get a stop. I don't think the wave is going to retrace that high because we got structure here at 96. We got structure here at 97. So we got two structure points here, one structure point there. So, and this trend line right here, most likely we'd stop right here at this trend line. So yeah, I'm looking for, we're probably going to get a small bounce up to here till about 96, and then we're going to head on down. That's what I'm thinking. That's the best I can see right now. There's our quick update for LTC and BTC. I hope that was helpful to you. But I'm still seeing more down in BTC for definitely. But you know, I I guess let me look at this little wave here with you and see what we can see here in the BTC. See if we can look at. I don't want to give you a halfway job today. Especially when a lot's riding on this here. Yeah, that's a one. One. It's just no wave delineation that makes any sense. It looks more like an ABC. The one wave is just non-existent. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 1, 2. I mean, it just really looks like it's got to go down. This is really tough, y'all. I'm sorry to say, it's just really a tough thing to look at. But I'm just looking at the shape right here. And sometimes we just look at shapes and patterns. Look at that shape, and then look at this shape right here. You got this slanted down. It's trying to go down, it's kind of making this slanted pattern. Down. We got this slanted pattern to the downward side, and then it just took a dump, and then it rebounded and it took another dump. That's a real potential of a wave shape there. What it might continue doing on down to this trend line. So yeah, I kind of feel like, guys, before we get a bounce, we're going to come down to this trend line first, and then we're going to see a bounce to the upside. Now, how deep that's going to be, I don't know. Let's wait and see what that looks like, and then we'll make some projections off that as well. Okay, so be patient. Don't be too quick to enter a trade. I know I said this is a good strong buy zone. Just depends on. You really just need to watch BTC. Watch that trend line right there. Looks like it's going to come down another $1,000 before we get a bounce. So, but we are going to get a bounce most likely, and then where we go from there is anyone's guess, but my guess is 9,000. So that's what I'm still projecting, sticking to the guns there. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the video. Don't forget to peruse the other videos. Lots of learning going on in every one of them. I'm going to be making this weekend. I'm going to try to do it tonight. Get a couple of them done. Just some videos teaching you how I look at TA, how I think about Elliott Wave, and how I use Fibonacci's using the extensions, and just give some clear videos that are very short that you can begin watching over and over and over again to get the idea of how to use the tools that I'm using as a trader to analyze the market and project where waves will go. As you can see, I didn't mention this, but I meant to mention it. If you just take a peek here, especially for those of you who are new, this arrow, that trend line's been here for a long time, and that arrow right here, that downward arrow, I drew that a long time ago. It was actually when we were up here making this wave coming to the upside. I drew that arrow. I said we need to come down here, guys, and we certainly did. And I was calling for it down, and there are some people still calling it to the upside from there, thinking it was going to go up. I was like, it just looks like it needs to come down. And so, Elliott Wave has been very good for me, helping me interpret the market, and I think it'll be good for you if you learn it. So anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic Sunday. Don't forget the one who made you. He's worthy. All right, we'll talk to you later. Have a great Sunday. Okay.